Now we are almost at the end. Let's talk about some advanced scheduling techniques you might want to have. I've already talked about them briefly in the specify details tab, but let's just once again repeat them. First of all, you can specify to upload pins without URL. It means that new pins you'd create, they won't have an outbound URL attached to them. Why it can be useful? It can be useful if you want to have, for instance, I don't know, you started a new Pinterest account, and for new Pinterest account, it might be useful to create so-called like scout pins or whatever, pins which don't have outbound URL. Why do you want to have it? Because it increases your trust with Pinterest. Pinterest understands that you don't only want to like spam the same like outbound URL over and over again, but you also want to bring value to the platform by pinning some pure images. You might want to have it. Another things which you can adjust here is you can adjust how many pins you want to create daily, for instance 7. Okay, you can also go to the scheduling here. You can adjust your time zone. You can see until when your pins are scheduled. You can adjust the scheduling time. You can adjust the desired days between pins. You can also enable or disable the floating days, which I talked about before. Once again, I'll say it. Floating days, it means that, for instance, if in the settings we have 7 pins per day, it means on some days we'd have 6 pins, on another 9, on another 8, 6, 7, 5. And it looks just more natural if you look at it from like Pinterest point of view, because it looks like a real person pinning some pins from time to time during his work hours. And lastly, use floating minutes, which is already enabled. You can also see how it looks. So for instance, we can go like here it started at 7 a.m. Here it started at 7:02. Here it starts at 7:02 as well. Bit unlucky. Here it starts at 7:01. But it's even better when we compare the when we use together the floating days and floating minutes all together. So if we go here and we can see that here we have 7 pins, here we have 4 pins, and it means that our second pin here would be scheduled at 9:40 and our second pin here would be scheduled at 12:20, because there would be just bigger gaps because smaller number of pins. And the same here. Here it would be scheduled at 15:03, and here it will be scheduled at 11:04. So if you enable both floating days and floating minutes, which I highly encourage you to do, it means you would just have like a very unique, very versatile schedule. Yeah, good luck.